Zulu, what is happening?
Our friends are watching free Netflix. They've been live on Facebook forever. These guys are off the hook, man. They can watch whatever they want on YouTube. And they've been WhatsApp all night.
How can that be possible? Internet sucks in this country.
They got high.
High, as in?
Nah, not what you think. High.
Wanyeka Munzi with High's faster than fast internet connection. Get any bundle size of your choice and double your data with 100% bonus for more connectivity. Wait, there is more. When you get 35 GB, you get Bosala and Netflix on us, free streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Get an interrupted world-class internet that gets you access to all your favorite links and applications.
Get on it! Get on it! Get on it!
Visit high-alive.co.zm today and get faster than fast internet with High.
Get acquainted with the latest news on the multiple award-winning radio station, 5FM Radio at 0615, 1245 and 1830. Fair, balanced, and objective information is what you get on your number one adult contemporary infotainment provider. Be the first one to know what is trending in continental and global news on 89.9 FM. 5FM Radio, your dependable source for news.
The happy world of 5FM Radio, your adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
And now, with the main news bulletin, this is Curtis Lumingo.
Good morning. This is 5FM Main News, the headlines. Beating of 3 nurses on the Copper Belt condemned. Livestock farmers cautioned against dehorning animals without consultation. Fighting in Libya results in thousands of students absconding classes. And now the news in detail. The Zambia Alliance of Women has condemned the beating of 3 nurses on the Copper Belt by a parent who was nursing a sick child, stating that any form of violence should not be tolerated. Last week on Monday, 3 nurses, one of them heavily pregnant, were beaten at Arthur Davison Children's Hospital in Dola by a parent for allegedly chatting instead of attending to his seriously sick child. Speaking to 5FM News, Zambia Alliance of Women Executive Director Eda Chimia feels it is not right to incite violence in hospitals, as this may negatively impact on patients. She adds that it is important to always understand that God is the giver of life, hence the need to pray for strength during hard times.
They resort to fighting. I think fighting should not come in the way. When you're nursing, you're in the hospital as a woman, and you are nursing a child, a sick child, and you want the best for the child. Fighting just distorts everything, because for me, I'm not saying nurses should be negligent and not take care. Nurses also need to do their best, because they're employed to save lives. But again, to have a situation where nurses are being beaten for negligence by parents, I think that is not right. And I think one thing that we need to understand is that life is in the hands of God. So if it is time for someone to die, even a glass of water can chop them to death. So there are times that we end up blaming others.
The Timber Producers Association of Zambia has disclosed that discussions with the government for its members to start selling the timber to buyers of their choice amidst restrictions have reached an advanced stage. Last year, government directed the timber traders to sell their merchandise to Zambia Forestry and Forest Industries Corporation in a bid to promote value addition in the country, following the ban on the exportation of all forms of timber logs in 2017. Association Vice President Charles Musange says the continued engagements between the Ministry of Land and Natural Resources and the association are progressing well.
It was confirmed by the Director of Forest that the government has resolved, what I mean government, the Office of the PS and the Office of the Minister, Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, that those concessional holders who bought timber illegally will be allowed to sell to the customers of their own choice, because we insisted that there's no need of us selling to Zafico because it's cerebral economy. So now I was just waiting for a go-ahead from the Director so that we now give people to sell.
Youth Development Foundation in Chipata Eastern Province is happy that most adolescent girls that have been retrieved from early marriages and taken back to school have shown commitment to perform better academically. Eastern Province still grapples with challenges of early marriages and teenage pregnancies. More than 5,000 girls in the third quarter of 2018 in Chipata District, Eastern Province, were impregnated. Organization Executive Director Chinoya Muyeye observes that adolescent girls who need help are having interest to reach out to awareness programs being offered concerning early marriages.
Yeah, and in addressing the issues of teenage pregnancies and early marriages, we withdrew 16 girls from teenage marriages and offer them educational support. So they're being supported by the organization through the funding from Swedish government through NGOCC here in Chipata. So what we withdrew them last term, and based on their performances that are actually doing well than those that have already been in class for a long time. So their performance is good. Their commitment in terms of attending classes, they never miss any lessons, and even their general behavior in schools is good, actually.
A veterinary physician, Lakson Mwale, has cautioned livestock farmers not to attempt to dehorn cattle without consultation. Dehorning involves the removal of horn-producing cells in cows less than 2 months of age. Mr. Mwale says disbudding the horns of the cattle can also be done past the age of 2 months, but specialist service is required.
The way we are producing our maize today, we do not produce it like there's tomorrow. You realize that we are really producing our maize at a very expensive, price. So we are hoping that when you grow different types of food or different types of crops, you can have also different types of food on your plate. So that is what we are campaigning for. But to break it down, we are campaigning for the ending of monocropping of maize. It's not that we are against that, but
Sincerely apologize for a wrong insert. Senior blind citizen Elijah Ngwale has encouraged Christians with visual challenges to utilize apps on mobile phones that enhance access and reading of the Bible. Mr. Ngwale explains that no Christian has a reason not to read the Bible because revolutions in the information communication technology sector has made it easy to read the Word of God. It says material in Braille at times is challenging to use, hence the need for Christians with or without disabilities to explore means of reading the Word of God.
Because Braille, if for example you had to have Braille Bible books in your house, Braille, 66 of them, you would not keep them. So Bible must be soft copies, ITC, and blind persons, more and more blind persons, be given laptops, be given this computer, things so that they can have access the Bible.
Get acquainted with the latest news on the multiple award-winning radio station, 5FM Radio at 0615, 1245 and 1830. Fair, balanced and objective information is what you get on your #1 adult contemporary infotainment provider. Be the first one to know what is trending in continental and global news on 89.9 FM. 5FM Radio, your dependable source for news.
Well, thank you so much for still staying with us. And now for the rest of the news. More than 120,000 students in the Libyan capital are missing school because of the fighting. Several education facilities have been damaged by explosions, including vital warehouses, while some schools are now being used as temporary shelters.
50 days of fighting in southern Tripoli has changed many aspects of people's lives. The Education Ministry decided to close schools down until the end of the fasting month of Ramadan. But this school in the Souq al-Jum'ah neighborhood near the city center is the exception. It's remaining open for displaced students to catch up on missed classes. Mayar Mustafa is a 12th grade science student. She was displaced along with her family from the Wadi Rubai area in southern Tripoli after the fighting broke out on April 4th. She has joined 80 other students in this school temporarily, but she still has concerns.
I'm still worried about the missed curriculum, the time wasted, and above all, where we will sit exams if the original students of the school return here after Ramadan. I have no idea what happened to my old school. It could have been damaged by the ongoing war there. I don't know how long this will continue. We're under stress.
Mexico's economy shrunk in the first quarter of 2019 from the previous 3-month period, and services and industrial activity contracted. The new data released is a blow to the new government's drive to convince investors. President Andres Manuel Lopez took office in December, pledging economic growth and improved job creation. And now in sports news. Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson Becker rates next week's Champions League final against Tottenham as the biggest game of his life. Alisson will be making his first appearance in the final of Europe's elite club competition when the Reds face their Premier League rivals in Madrid on June 1st. The Brazil international reached the Champions League semi-finals last season, only for Liverpool to beat his Roma team prior to his move to Anfield. Alisson has enjoyed a memorable first season with Liverpool, but their frustrating Premier League title failure, they finished 1 point behind champions Manchester City, means they will end the season with no silverware unless they beat Tottenham. Success in Spain would bring Liverpool their 60th European Cup and first since 2005. Well, that sports item brings us to the end of our main morning bulletin, but before we go, a recap of the stories making the headlines. The Zambia Alliance of Women has condemned the beating of 3 nurses on the Copperbelt by a parent who was nursing a sick child, stating that any form of violence should not be tolerated. Last week on Monday, 3 nurses, one of them heavily pregnant, were beaten at Arthur Davison Children's Hospital in Dola by a parent for allegedly chatting instead of attending to his seriously sick child. A veterinary physician, Lakson Mwale, has cautioned livestock farmers not to attempt to dehorn cattle without consultation. Dehorning involves the removal of horn-producing cells in cows less than 2 months of age. And finally, more than 120,000 students in the Libyan capital are missing school because of the fighting. Several education facilities have been damaged by explosions, including vital warehouses, while some schools are now being used as temporary shelters. For this and other stories, visit our website on www.5fm.co.zm or like us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia. This has been Curtis Lumingu on behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department. Thank you for listening.
Get acquainted with the latest news on the multiple award-winning radio station, 5FM Radio at 0615, 1245 and 1830. Fair, balanced and objective information is what you get on your #1 adult contemporary infotainment provider. Be the first one to know what is trending in continental and global news on 89.9 FM. 5FM Radio, your dependable source for news.
Hey, Zulu, what is happening?
Our friends are watching free Netflix. They've been live on Facebook forever. These guys are off the hook, man. They can watch whatever they want on YouTube. And they've been on WhatsApp all night.
How can that be possible? Internet sucks in this country.
They got high.
High, as in?
Nah, not what you think. High.
1 year Kamunzi with High's faster than fast internet connection. Get any bundle size of your choice